if I had the choice, I would have some kind of secret society of women who want to learn the truth. That's what I would do. I would create a secret society of women, special women, who want to discover that power. None of what I'm saying you need to believe. If it's real, you have to experience it for yourself. If it's not real, well, it's a nice story, and that's the end of that. It's a very nice story. It's a cool story. But if it's real, well, imagine if this is real, and you get to plug into it consciously, or re-plug into it consciously. Well, for a person who's seeking power, that's power. It's almost the supreme power. If I was a woman, that's what I would dedicate myself to. I'm talking about, first, let's presume what I'm saying makes any sense, because I'm insane. So we already covered that. Now, if I was of a female gender and I heard such a story and it made sense, and let's pretend that it's real, my life would be dedicated to that, because everything else pales in comparison. Everything else is small. I'm going to get a boyfriend. How many boyfriends do I need? I've already consumed them. It's always small. It don't matter what size, what length. It's always very small. It's very short-lived, and it's very unsatisfactory. Next, religion. We've covered those for thousands of years. They're extremely stupid, constricted, and run by a bunch of homosexuals. In other words, it's a lie. It's got nothing to do with the gays. I'm just saying the frame itself is a lie. That's what I'm trying to say. I said more, but we're not unpacking it. I'm going to live by the prairie with my family. We've done that. We've done all of that. All these things we've done for thousands of years in all their forms. Now we're arriving at a place where all that effort we're talking about for so long is now arriving at a fructifying moment where we could just let this all go. We've already done it before. If there was something to enjoy by having children and hanging out with them by the lake, how many times did you do it? I'm talking about to the woman. 1 billion times, a gazillion times. All the experiences have been made. What I'm pointing to is new. Is the achievement of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years of work to enter into a new reality, a new life, a new possibility. Well, if I was a woman, number one, I want to tap into that because everything else is boring. Instagram. Having sex with a loser? Or a Chad? Half drunk? And pretending it's fun? Like, there's a girl who has had sex, I don't know her name, 1,000 guys in a day. What is she saying? I'm bored to death. That's what she's saying. She's also insane. But let's not go in that direction. I'm like bored to death. So let's see how many I can consume. 1,000. Well, that's it. That's what she's saying. I'm bored to death. What's next? What else? What are we doing here? Children? I'm going to hang out with a doll? And pretend that that's fun? Here, suck my tit. Like what, I'm a cow? Even the cow doesn't care. Stare at the cow. The cow don't give a shit. It just stands there and then it moves along. I've stared at cats with their kittens. The cat just does its job and then just moves along. It doesn't, just like whatever. It's not, there's no emotional attachment. It's just fulfilling a function. It's all boring. It's all so small. So if I was a woman, which I'm not, but let's pretend I am, I would want to do that. I'd want to know. You see, now this is not a mystery school for men. It's not an intellectualized, it's not masonry. It's not secrets of the mind or the intellect. It's the secrets of creation. You see, it ain't got nothing to do with the mind. That's the men. Masonry. Nah, ain't got nothing to do with that. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I want to know that, and I want to reclaim what belongs to me, and I want to live now. I want to enter into this new life and reclaim the mantle that is mine, and I want to live now with lucidity of my true nature as female, whatever that means and wherever that takes. This is for us to discover. Everybody's going to speculate in the future, this and that. It's going to be the Matrix. You don't fucking, nobody knows. But something is waiting. And it's new. It's going to be horrible. I'm not sure it is. Even the Hindus, some of them, say it's going to be like a thousand year of peace and harmony. Apparently it's going to go revert back to the past. No, that's going to be 1,000 year of peace. Now, is that really peace? Another conversation. But from a point of view, it definitely is. And it's certainly not the way they imagine it to be. It's not because everybody found Krishna. One thing is for sure, there's going to be a lot of cleaning necessary. There's a lot of people that we need to remove them. Imagine you're going to bring these psychopathic fucking Muslims around. Get the fuck out of here. You're a fucking savage. Kill them. It's like a dog. Pow. Get rid of them. That's exactly what's going to happen. These are stupid people. Deranged. They serve a function in the great game of chess to move forces to bring us to the destination. At some point, we need to get rid of these imbeciles who are not necessary anymore. We're not going to enter into this great, amazing temple we've created our life with these fucking idiots of the highest caliber. Like they were raised to be morons. That's what sometimes people don't understand. The slave, you take it, you train it to fulfill a function. Now this thing is not going to come and enter here into the palace. You've outlived your use. Eliminate him. You'll see it's all going to happen. There's going to be a great war and there's going to be gazillions that die. From a point of view, it's unfortunate, but from a grand scheme of things, who the fuck cares? None of this is real. There's nobody there, there's nobody dying, and there's nobody being birthed. From a point of view. From another point of view, well, yeah. But you got to do what you got to do because these animals can't come into the new because they're going to ruin it because they're retarded. They're literally retarded. They believe in a male god in the clouds who wrote a book. Imagine how stupid you must be. There's a god who's a man. And there's a book, and he's in the book. And then they want to fight about words in the book to validate the truth of that God. If that's not the definition of a fucking idiot of the highest caliber and a moron, I don't know what is. Especially in the light of what we're discussing. This is a total moron. What are you going to do? This person is ready to kill and die for that book. Now you have to hand it to him. That's a man. But yeah, it's a useful idiot. That's it. You cannot come in. You're a moron. You just go explode yourself there. And let's be gone with it. So that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, I have nothing against my Muslim brothers. But for the love of God, stupidity is rampant. And these people have been made into morons. They have been conditioned, like dogs, to be idiots. It's not their fault. So that they can fulfill a function. And the time is coming for their function. They're literally time bombs being spread all over Earth. And where there was none, they're flooding the countries with these people who are time bombs. All you gotta do is push the right button. Pick that clitoris that may resemble the dome of the rock and just push that clitoris and you're gonna see how it's gonna blow. They're sleeper cells. But that's not what we're talking about. In my movie, this is a movie. Okay, this is not real. I don't know anything. This is my psychiatric hospital. This is my nurse. You cannot see her. She's not kind. She doesn't let me touch her boobies. Shh. She doesn't, she's a terrible nurse. She feeds me though. That's it. and gives me my medication. And my parents are very rich, so I'm in a mental hospital by the ocean. That being said, a news arriving, and if I was a woman, I would want to dedicate myself to this because nothing else is interesting. It's all been done. It's all small. It's all quite boring. It's all unimpressive. And if it was up to me, now I'll go back to myself. If it was up to me, so I don't know how this fits into this conversation, at least I'd create a secret society and I dedicate myself to training these people to reclaim that knowing. That's what I would do, but I'm crazy. So none of this is real. It's never going to happen. But that's what I would do in my movie, right? And then, of course, people would think this is a harem, but it's not at all a fucking harem. It's quite the opposite. That would make me a Merlin. Amongst a bunch of sorcerers. And I'm very happy to do my job, but that's what I would do if I had nothing else to do. But I'm in a psychiatric hospital right now. I don't think they'll ever let me out. I've done very bad things. I'm a bad person. And I've come to accept my nature. I'm evil. And I get exactly what I deserve, to be living by the ocean and doing whatever the fuck I want when I want with all the money I have. And that's my punishment. Thank you. Thank you. But that's what I would do if it was up to me. And then we would gather more. And then we'd want to keep only the best ones, the real ones, the strong ones, and see what happens. And then these people would have to learn how to operate amongst themselves and develop a bunch of skills because it's not an easy task. And you'd see that religion would spread like wildfire. It's the truth. Everybody knows it. At least every person who has a vagina knows it. They couldn't resist. They couldn't resist if they tried. Now you're going to have on the opposite camp, the other psychopathic bitches with their ideas. But we'll destroy them very easily. It's not a hard thing at all. They're uninteresting and all their men are gay. But now we're totally getting lost. I've mixed a bunch of things together. I apologize. Inappropriate. Timeout. 5-minute penalty for roughing. My bad. That's what I would do if I had the choice. I would do that, only that, and nothing but that. But apparently, that's not possible. Because nobody knows what I'm talking about, because I'm insane. And women are crazy, and they're stupid and losers, and they want to be on Instagram. That's where they get value, on Instagram. By being a doll with sagging tits and double chin and wrinkles and bad breath that nobody can smell through the screen, but I can notice it. And it farts. And her room is not even made. It's messy. And she hasn't changed a sheet in at least a month. That's what I would do if I was a woman. I'd dedicate my life to this because everything else is uninteresting. It's been played out. It's been done. This is the new. This is what's being called for. This is what's needed. This is what's wanted. And all the women would jump in because they have nothing else to do. They're bored. They're bored of relationships because they're boring. They're bored of being mothers because it's boring. They're bored of drama because it's boring. They're bored. Over the past 10 years, has there ever been as much drama? Well, I remember being around before. This has been the peak. Everybody's bored of drama even then. It's like, oh, not more drama. It's like a saturation. It's fun. Oh my God, you're horrible and she's horrible and this is horrible. It's like, okay, that's great. Now I'm bored. What's next? Everything's boring. Everything's small. Everything is meaningless. Well, what I'm trying to say now, what the story that my insanity is sharing with you, of this great work, is an unfoldment of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years of work and collaboration and secret, finally ripening. Well, number one, that's a very cool story. Number two, you're a part of it. I want to know. Three, where were we now that this is no longer needed to be hidden? What's the next phase going to look like? And I want to build it. Of course, I'm not going to do anything, but I want to build it consciously. Then the tools, which for the most part will be machines built by imbeciles, will construct it so we can establish this regime and celebrate our greatness in the light of our true Lord, Lucifer, son of the morning star.